Hi, it's Miles Red Songbird coming to you from New York City. I hope Michael Bublé's fans realize the truth, which is they've been watching their father Adam sing about and sing to their mother Eve, because Michael Bublé was Adam and the Michelle Birdsong, the Michelle Songbird was Eve. I hope Jesus Christ, Govinda Singh's fans, because he was Luther Vandross, he was Michael Bolton projection, and just so many other, Nat King Cole, Louis Armstrong, Dean Martin, Sir Paul McCartney projected. There were so many famous singers. And I hope Jesus Christ Govinda Singh's fans realize the truth, which is they've been enjoying Jesus Christ sing to and about his wife, Mary, the Michelle Birdsong. Jesus Christ practiced what he preached. I'm talking about Michael Bublé, who was a projection of Jesus Christ. He practiced what he preached. He loved his enemy, Pontius Pilate. That's his wife's name. This is Pilate. This is Low Pilate. P-I-L-A-T, almost the same spelling. He married her, Pilate her. Okay, and then she put him through subtle hell. He doesn't know he's in hell because he can't believe it, because she has him under her spell with her makeup and her glamour and her image and all that. Adam Buble said when he was staying away from singing to help his son Noah get better, he had cancer, he felt a part of his identity was missing. What was missing was Adam, his first identity, his first set of energy connecting to the Eve set of energies, his very first love. Eve was receiving Adam's communication and addressing him directly on her YouTube videos. The latest video shows Adam singing about their first night of lovemaking, when Adam fell completely in love with Eve, though he was an ape and she was an ET, an extraterrestrial from the star, the sun, ocean of light. The sky is the ocean. When it floods, when it overflows, we call it rain. Water is light. Drops of microscopic pinpoints of light united. If thy eye be single, the whole body shall be full of light. Single. Sing, L for will, E for Eve energy. Sing, will, Eve energy. Michael Bublé sings, he wills Eve's energy. Adam sings and wills Eve's energy, which he uses to energize, activate his will. That's the circle of life. Jesus Christ sings to Mary, his wife, and wills her to life. His life, her life, energy, wills Jesus Christ to sing to her. Adam and Jesus Christ have willed the world's energy, Eve, for millions in the case of Adam, thousands in the case of Jesus Christ, of years. Years. Eve, ears. Radhaswami means Lord of her soul. She's the Lord of her soul. Okay. Who's Rothschild's boss? They say the Rothschilds, the Jews, run the world. Well, who runs them? Who's their boss? Losing is an addiction. If you're addicted to losing, cut it out. Okay, a must-watch video. Does the Talmud blaspheme Jesus? Yes. Bill Lockwood is a pastor who Jesse Lee Peterson interviews. You must see this. This is very illuminating. It's kind of irritating in the beginning because the Jew is playing tricks. The Talmud teaches them how to argue. No matter what the subject is, they teach them how to argue. So this is what the Jew is doing. He's arguing. But once Bill Lockwood gets going, he gives us a lot of important information. They say religion is not provable. It is based on writing. It's based on faith. Jesus Christ can prove that he is God based on the miracle of the Immaculate Conception of the Michelle Birdsong, age 74, witnessed by Jesus Christ's disciples, Daphne Nathanson, Nancy Gross, Linda Zatelli was there, Manira Smith saw it. Okay, just saw Jesus Christ bring his eyes to her eyes, and they merged and created a baby in her. Okay. American Liberty with Bill Lockwood, that's .com. That's the name of his radio show, I believe. Lockwood said Catholics persecuted Christians. Protestants, I guess he's talking about. They certainly persecuted Galileo. Catholic persecuted Galileo. I know that because Galileo is my daughter, Robin Birdsong. And she's been in therapy with me for over 25 years, trying to fix what the Catholics did to her when she was Galileo, and told the world that he had created a telescope so powerful he was able to see that the sun is a star of the creation and the planets, including Earth, revolve around the sun, just as Copernicus had said. The Catholic Church went berserk and made him, under threat of being burned at the stake, recant his findings. And even when he did that, they put him under house arrest for 8 years until he just died. But imagine what he went through in that house, being all alone and knowing he told the truth, and yet he was being punished by the church, the religion that was supposed to be so perfect, so good, so righteous. They were, it drove him mad, of course. It would drive anybody mad. But Jesus Christ guided me to create a cure for madness called Talk and Share. I had been Freud, I had been Fritz Perls, a German psychiatrist, I had been Emma Jung, Carl Jung's wife, so I had a background in psychiatry. And so I was able to create this cure for madness, which I've been working with Galileo, and Robin Birdsong, made tremendous progress. So, all right, now, opinion. Okay, that's the end of that topic. the evil Catholic Church admits nowadays that Galileo was correct. They don't know Galileo's been reborn, because if they did, Galileo should sue the Church for all it's worth, the Vatican, for what they did to her, now her, when then and him. Okay, now on another subject, my opinion. I'm amazed that Jesse Lee Peterson, who was interviewing Bill Lockwood and another Jew, Bill Lockwood is a Protestant pastor. I was amazed that Jesse Lee Peterson didn't respond to the defamation of Jesus Christ and Mary in the Jewish holy book, the Talmud. In my revelations, Mary was Jesus' wife, not his mother. In the present day Immaculate Conception, the present day Jesus Christ, Gurinder Singh impregnated his wife Mary by merging eyes. But he married her again this life. Jesus Christ, for the Father, the Son, and the sky, in the heavenly skies, also impregnated Mary, the Michelle Birdsong, with his supreme beam. The baby created with the Father, the Son, and the Michelle Birdsong was Charan Singh, Jesus Christ in the 1st and 20th century. The baby's name when he is reborn is Giancarlo Arturo. But that's what I said. That's proof that Jesus Christ is God. You see, because nobody else could do that. You know, nobody else could create a baby that way. All right. They changed the name. Now this is in the Talmud. They changed the name of Jesus to Yeshu to avoid the wrath of non-Jews, to pretend they weren't talking about Jews. I mean Jesus. The first Christian censorship of the Talmud happened in the year 521. Many references to Jesus were removed, censored, from subsequent editions of the Talmud. Most editions published since the early 20th century, however, have restored most of the references, some say. Bill Lockwood's sources. He believes Judaism is Talmudism. Dr. E. Michael Jones teaches that Jew is a negative term. The Jews are those who reject Jesus Christ as a great soul. Number one. This is Bill Lockwood's references. Because he was saying all these things, but he was quoting other Jews who had written books putting this information in there. It wasn't something just coming out of his head. Professor Robert Goldberg, back to the sources. Reading the classic Jewish texts. And then second, this may not be spelled correctly, I spelled it from the sound, Kamen Lubavitch, Judaism movement in Judaism today. That could be the Kamen Lubavitch Judaism. And then movement in Judaism today. And the video, Jewish Talmud, Lies and Blasphemy About Jesus, on YouTube. I saw this. It's very brief. You should check this out. Satan's biggest boon is to make you believe evil, doesn't exist. Jewish devils, Antichrist exists. Believe it. Everybody knows Jews are Antichrist. They don't say they're not Antichrist, the Antichrist. Babylonian Talmud is blasphemous garbage. This is on a YouTube channel, Nicholas POGM channel. The Talmud Unmasked what the Talmud teaches about Christians. In Abhodah Zarah 22a, it says, this is in the Talmud, a Jew must not associate himself with Gentiles, because they are given to the shedding of blood. Okay, associate. As, order. C-I-H-A-T-E, C-I-H, cows, ass, energy. Okay, so these people in the Talmud talking about the Gentiles are given to associate with the shedding of blood. No, Jews are not lacto-vegetarians like Mr. and Mrs. Jesus Christ. Okay, so they participate in the shedding of blood because they kill the animals. That's shedding blood. Okay, what is this? MJL, Israel and anti-Gentile traditions. Israel Shahak's theory that anti-Gentile traditions have influenced Israeli policy is well known in both Arab and anti-Semitic circles, but Jews have yet to properly confront it. By Ari Alexander. Despite its title, Israel Shahak's Jewish History, Jewish Religion, 1994, is not your average intro to Judaism book. It is more likely to be found in a Muslim day school in New York, more likely to be cited on a neo-Nazi website than your local synagogues. Shahak's book is an overview of Judaism and Zionism, which focuses on Jewish anti-Gentile, note anti-Christ traditions. Though he recognizes that many of these teachings are no longer authoritative, Shahak believes that the development of Jewish identity over the centuries. Most importantly, he believes that they have seeped into Zionism ideology and have affected the way Israel interacts with its non-Jewish citizens and neighbors. One writer refers to Israel as the Rothschilds' fiefdom. Fiefdom is a noun that means the domain or estate of a feudal lord. Informal, anything as an organization or real estate owned or controlled by one dominant person or group. Shahak mentions a passage from the Talmud that says that Jesus will be punished in hell by being immersed in boiling excrement. Shit. You see, this is what, you can't say the Jews are harmless. This is what they're learning about Jesus Christ, the Messiah, the Savior of the Christianities. He relates that Jewish traditions teaches pious Jews to burn copies of the New Testament and curse the mothers of the dead when passing non-Jewish cemeteries. You hear that? Oh my God. Shahak highlights the famous passage from Leviticus commanding Jews to love thy neighbors as thyself, and mentions that according to rabbinic interpretations, thy neighbor refers only to other Jews. Jesus Christ, Charan Singh, 1st and 20th century, and presently in the womb of Jesus Christ's 21st century wife Mary, Eve, said, The whole world is your neighbor. So it should be love the whole world as thyself. Not Jews, love only of the Jews as thyself. Shad Hack further suggests, I'm very well aware I'm probably mispronouncing the word, but this is what it looks like. It says, Shahak further suggests that the Jewish tradition valued Jewish life more than Gentile life. He cites Maimonides' assertion that whereas one who murders a Jew is subject to the death penalty, one who murders a non-Jew is not. And then Miss something Torah, laws of murder, chapter 2, verse 11. That's bullshit. You see that? That's so incredibly unfair. That's because Jews put out the notion that they are God's chosen people. So you can't murder them, but they can murder you. See, that's if that was ever true, if they were God's chosen people, they're not God's chosen people now, because they kept breaking the covenant. According to another leading commentator, indirectly, and they rejected their own Messiah. Causing the death of a non-Jew is no sin at all. Rabbi Yoel Circus, Bayet Hadash, commentary on Bet Yosef, Yorch, Dia 58. I guess that's in the Talmud. Because their hatred for Jesus Christ really is shown in the Talmud. Okay, now here's some great videos I heartily recommend. Who Are the Jesuits? I wrote it's the best documentary ever. It's at the Camilla Cosder channel. Who Are the Jesuits? Check it out. Another video, Vatican Assassins, by Eric Phelps on the Jesuits. Aram Daniel channel. Must-read book, The Vatican Assassins. You can get it at the VaticanAssassins.org. Note, if you don't have a gun, you can't defend yourself. It's not the police's responsibility to defend you. You can tell that because they stopped defending a lot of people, especially conservatives. It's not Army's responsibility to defend you. It's your responsibility to defend yourself. The whole reason to have a gun is so you won't need it. The whole reason to have a military is so you won't need it. General George Washington said in order to prevent war, you must be prepared for it. General George Washington has been reborn as Glenn Beck, who's a part owner of the Blaze TV. Video number 341, The Vindication of Donald Trump, on the Owen Benjamin channel. There is nothing so bad that God can't fix it. I hope God fixes America. Okay, I have more, but I don't think I can read it in 6 minutes, and that's all I have left. I'll make a new video to read, what's it called? E. Michael Jones on Logos versus Anti-Logos. The Pivot of Human History. I definitely will make a video for that. So there's Adam, and remember, when you hear him sing, he's singing to Eve. Okay, Mild Red Songbird. Eve. Mary. Jesus Christ's wife in New York City. Signing off for now.